EASports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, from the Monterey Peninsula and Pebble Beach, live second-round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. Things starting to slowly take shape here on this Friday. For some, it is a race for the top prize. For others, it's a fight to stick around for the weekend as we show you the leaderboard. We're looking at a tie at the top at 7 under par. For the golfer we'll be following, work to be done here as they'll start play a couple of shots below the projected cut line. And that, I do believe, is into the bunker. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Notavigay III.
Poor tee shot to start the day, now forced to get some elevation on this and a little left to right spin in order to find the green.
Now, that was a tough shot coming out of the fairway bunker, so really, all in all, that's an excellent approach.
Oh, yes, plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And she'll crawl back to 1 over for the tournament. Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich, off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup.
And this round starting off strong after the birdie at the first. This in the fairway at number 2. Now from way down there, a good look at a second to the par 5. Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. Maybe a chance to make this one. This 22 feet for eagle. That would have been a good one to convert on. Instead, that'll be left for birdie. A great opportunity here for birdie. Yes, can't ask for a better start to a round than this. It is back-to-back birdies at 1 and 2. That's going to get her back to level par for the tournament. Onto the 397-yard par 4 third, where some players drive it over the trees on the left to cut the dogleg, while others play it more conventionally. This is a pretty hole, the third, 397 yards, just a gentle dog leg to the left. And you do have the option, if you're longer, maybe you just take it up over those trees and cut the dog leg, leaving yourself very short shot in. Or you can play it out to the right, have a little bit more in, but still certainly with a good chance at birdie. Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
Yeah, she's left herself 120 yards to this flag. And that wind, it's coming from right to left, so you might need to start this a little bit to the right-hand side.
Oh, it was a good strike. I could tell that by the sound as the ball came off the club face. That little bounce and check. Well done.
Yeah, no sweat. It is a birdie here at the third. And she's going to move into red figures at 1 under par. Wow, a day's worth of breathtaking shots, Frank, from the players and the Pacific Ocean. There it is, and this begins that beautiful 7-hole stretch along the ocean. Short, par 4, fourth hole.
And this is also where some of these decisions become quite critical. Do you try and drive this green 330 yards to the front, or do you worry about that little pot bunker on that left side, which is about 250 yards to get over it? Because that's what narrows this fairway down. But it plays uphill.
And that one too close to the edge, and it's going to wind up falling into the bunker. Now, going to have to try and get this out and let it run. That's how you can take advantage of this course. Big drive, fine bunker shot, and a good look coming up for a 3. Yeah, that's a well-played hole. It's a birdie here at 4. That's going to move her score to 2 under par. Here we are at the first par 3 at Pebble Beach. It's the 189-yard fifth. This was redesigned late last century by the great Jack Nicklaus, who has so much rich history here at Pebble Beach. Yeah, that one came in a little hot. It's safely on, but it'll be a long look coming up. Not only a long putt, but a bending putt. Strong right to left in this one. They'll be very pleased just to get this one within a couple of feet. Yeah, that's good pace. Just a little offline, but not too bad from that far away. That one finished off. It is a par here at 5, and she'll remain at 2 under.
It's a tremendous par 5 here, the 6th hole. Frank, you can plainly see Stillwater Cove on the right. Where do you want to put this tee shot?
When you look at that tee that you're on for a start, Rich, you're 20 yards above, so whatever you hit's going to go at least 20 yards further. So I look at that first bunker, 270, really only playing 250 yards, and then the fairway sloping towards the right. So even a 3-wood for some of the longer players, just something that hits around there, could even be a long iron, it's going to scoot forward. If you get 270 yards out of your tee shot, I mean, you can still reach this par 5 and 2.
Gonna work this up that left-hand side. And that will do just fine. Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly.
A 5-footer now for birdie. Okay, nicely played. That's in for birdie here at 6. And she'll move to -3 for the tournament. Well, this is the one you dreamed about, isn't it? Just a little baby wedge that kisses the clouds and drops softly on that tiny green here at the 7th. You and your maker. There's nothing better in the world than to be playing the 7th hole and playing it well here at Pebble Beach. Okay, not taking any chances there. A good, safe play in the middle portion of the green. Now this for another birdie.
And a very makeable look here. Not too much undulation at all. Maybe just a slight move to the right.
That's going to scoot a foot or 2 by. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And she's going to stay at -3.
Frank, as you know, of all the sports played on land, golf's the one with the best views. This is as good as it gets, but you need to focus now on what's ahead of you. This 8th hole is a real challenge, isn't it?
It certainly is. The temptation is to pull the camera out, but really it's about what club you're going to pull off this tee. There's 2 runouts on the right side, about 250 yards, left side about 270, and really that white rock is a great indicator of the line.
No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. From the fairway, we check in with Nota.
Aggressive off the tee, ball lucky not to run out of fairway and into the ocean. but now sitting in an ideal spot with access to the green.
Now, in my book, that's a good shot. You can really aim at the middle of just about every single green. If you did it all day long, some of those would finish up close, and you'd have plenty of birdie putts.
That one just going to sneak on by. Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and her score's going to stay right where it is. We finished the front side with what is often considered the most difficult hole at Pebble Beach, 483-yard par 4 ninth, ocean, all down the right, and bunkers and deep rough on the left. No room for error here. This one starting up that left side. So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough.
Imagine a miss club because that ball sailed past the flag. Really just fortunate to stay on the back of the green.
Chance now for another birdie. That slides by to the right. Just never had that on target. Okay, a shake of the head as that one is finished off. And she's going to drop to 2 under par.
Start of the inward half and another big and bold par 4, Frank, with the ocean yet again running the entire length of that right side.
Yeah, you call it the ocean, I call it the world's largest water hazard, but look again on the other side of the fairway and you'll see those 3 bunkers. Needless to say, they have to be avoided. But you do actually have to hit your tee shot just inside those because, once again, you've got a fairway that tilts left to right.
And her tee shot here gonna wind up in the bunker. A lot of distance to carry here for her second out of the bunker.
Going to need a good chip and a putt to get away with 4 here, but the tee shot on the bunker and then bunker to rough, making this hole hard.
Well, those are the shots that turn what you'd like to be a leisurely stroll out on the golf course into a day of hard work.
Yeah, what could have been a tap in is now going to be a grind.
Nope, good effort, but that's going to wander a few feet by. Okay, that one in for a bogey here at 10. And she'll fall back down to 1 under. We head now to the 370-yard par 4 11th, where ideally you'd like to favor the left side of the fairway to open up the approach into one of the smallest greens at Pebble Beach. Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole.
Second shot now to this 11th hole, Frank. It's a short one, but it's also uphill. So what's the key here?
Well, because it's uphill and that green tilts back at you so much, you can't afford to hit a shot that spins too much, and you cannot afford to be short. Now, just remember, these greens are small. This one is only 24 yards deep, so anything in the middle of the green, and you can't really have a putt more than 20 feet. So that's the target. Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
Didn't trust the read there, and that's going to cost him. Safely in. It's a bogey here at number 11. And that's going to drop her back down to even par.
First par 3 now on the backside. Frank, this is sort of the forgotten hole, the 12th, 202 yards.
It is. It's in the corner of the golf course. If you look at the right side of the screen, it's very narrow, but that's actually the entry or the gateway. And the reason why I say that, that's the full width of the putting surface. If you're going to take the bunker on, you've got to carry the ball another 8 or 9 yards. But one thing in your favor is this hole plays 10 yards downhill.
Okay, a friendly bounce there, and that will make its way onto the putting surface. This now for birdie at 12.
And this is a nice, smooth right to lefter. This is the go zone.
Oh, no. Just appeared to be befuddled by the break there. That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And she'll remain at even par. Here we are at Pebble's 13th 401-yard par 4 that some consider a bit of a breather on the course. Birdie is definitely a possibility here. The 13th here at Pebble Beach is sort of a forgotten hole. It's only 401 yards of par 4, but I promise you'll remember it if you make a birdie here, and you'll have a good chance if you put it in the correct position off the tee. Yeah, all about hitting the fairway here, and that is right where you want to be. This is where club selection is so important. Second shot into that stiff breeze. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Ten-foot putt left. Might overread it just a bit, and it stayed out wide left of the hole. Oh, no. Okay, a disappointing 6 here at the par 4. And she'll fall now to 2 over par.
Frank, the 14th hole, par 5, it is one of the most difficult par 5s in championship golf, isn't it?
It certainly is, Rich. Not just because of the length of the hole, 570 plus yards, but reachable only really by the longest hitters in the right conditions. But it's the third shot. I've got to rank the third shot as probably the hardest short wedge shot, right up there with the 15th hole at Augusta. It's so hard to bounce back after a huge score, especially when you're still reeling from it. But try and pull the screws back in the head there. Just take a little breath, maybe 2. Decent swing. Don't try and kill it. Exactly like that. Really good shot.
Well, just a good solid shot right there with that 3-wood, Frank.
It's an aggressive layup, really, trying to force that 3-wood down and get it as close as possible to the green. That's 2 good shots if you can't reach the par 5.
Now a side hill putt for her birdie. Okay, good putt. And a par here at 14. And she's going to stay at +2.
Here at the 15th, a good drive, Frank, would be right down the middle. A bad drive would be on 17-mile drive. As scenic as it is, it's not where you want to be, is it? It's out of bounds.
Well, you can't afford to go right. You can't afford to pay for that real estate on the right either. So, yeah, anything down there. And fortunately, it's a downhill tee shot. I know there's sort of 4 bunkers really down the left side, but really it's the pot bunker that has to be avoided.
That's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. This is where club selection is so important. Second shot into that stiff breeze. Okay, on the putting surface, but work to do from there. A look at birdie here at 15.
And you have to be very careful with the downhill part of this putt. It doesn't have a lot of break, but it will gather some speed.
Nah, that's going to wander off to the right and leave maybe 2-3 feet coming back. Okay, a solid par here at the 15. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Now the heart begins to race a little bit because you know you're playing one of the greatest finishing stretches in the entire sport of golf. Starting with the 16th, it's only 400 yards. If you can carry that island bunker, you can jumpstart your run to the house with a birdie 3. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Well, not quite enough on that one, Frank.
Coming out of the rough, not surprising, considerably short.
12 feet still to go.
Got it there, but not quite on target. Okay, in for a bogey at 16. And she'll drop to 3 over.
Well, here we are, 17th hole, and this is where you can make your mark on the sport. Frank, so much history at this par 3.
It's just a great hole too, Rich. You know, that hourglass-shaped green on the angle. But you're right when you talk about history. You go back to 1972, and this hole played into the breeze. It was a one-iron for Jack Nicklaus. He said one of the greatest shots he ever hit. Actually hit the flagstick, nearly went in. And, of course, one of my favorites is 1982. Tom Watson had missed this green to the left, and the late Bruce Edwards was his caddy. And they were looking for options because they were in such a perilous situation with the US Open on the line. And Watson said, well, what about if I just hole it? And if you look really closely at the footage, as Watson starts to run across the green, he's pointing his finger back at Bruce and saying, I told you so. And then just a few years ago, too, Gary Woodland, he had to chip it on this green and made 3.
That one safely on the putting surface. A look here for birdie at 17.
Yeah, and I think she'll have a good run at this one. It's ever so slightly up the hill with a hint of movement from left to right.
Ooh, good speed there. That'll leave just a couple of feet. No problems there. That's par here at 17. And she'll hold on at 3 over par. Well, here we are now at arguably the greatest finishing hole in golf. 536-yard par 5. Pacific Ocean, massive fairway bunkers stretching more than 100 yards on the left, and cypress trees. Just a few of the things you need to contend with. Some green to work with as he'll try and lift this one out. Yeah, look how quick that was. Very difficult to get that to stop, even out of the sand, and that race is right on by.
17-foot putt here.
Nope. Okay, a shake of the head as that one is finished off. And that's going to drop her down to 4 over par. So a disappointing end to the tournament for our featured golfer heading home following these 2 rounds after failing to make the cut.
Time for a little introspective look. What we did well, what we didn't, and then back to the drawing board.
So for Frank Nobilo, Notably Gay III, Iona Stephen, and a cast of hundreds, I'm Rich Lerner. You've been watching PGA Tour Golf on EA Sports. So long, everyone.